Hi guys, welcome back. It's about 4 in the afternoon, half past 4 in the afternoon. I've not long gotten home from work and it's really nice today. It's sunny and a little bit breezy, but I really needed to crack on with a few things, and I'm here now inside this little wooden shed come greenhouse conversion, and I've made a start on this back wall. I've actually, whoops, nearly knocked the pots off the shelf, guys. I've actually cleared the timbers off that back wall. You can see all the way through into the next garden now. This is actually not the neighbour's garden. This is my top garden. This is our ornamental garden here with the pond on the far side and the little bunny prison sitting on the lawn there. So quite a nice aspect actually. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to try and fix the plastic sheeting on this end wall and see what sort of daylight remains inside here. Just going to give Bob some little radish leaves before I show you the next stage. Bob, yeah, look, what's this? What have I got for you? Yeah. Now, just like Peter Rabbit in the Beatrix Potter story, he likes AJ's radishes. Little rascal. Right, now, from the top garden here, you can look down there through the trees and you can see this end of that little shed conversion that I've been working on, and this is what I finished this afternoon. This side is a bit awkward between the fence and the shed, but we've managed. I'll take you around and show you what it's like on the other side. And here is the finished thing. So I've got myself a little sort of temporary greenhouse that was originally a small tool shed, and it's been clad in plastic sheeting, and I've tidied up the woodwork and sort of had to cobble the door a little bit, but I've managed. And if you step inside now, you can see I'm already using the shelf. I did keep the shelf in the end. I kept the shelf that was there. It was quite sturdy, and I thought it was such a shame to remove it when it's actually in an ideal spot to put all my smaller chili plants on. And you can see that's the window facing the top lawn there. I call it a window. It's a sheet of plastic on the end of what used to be a shed, and as you can see all around the sides there's quite a bit of daylight coming in now. The sun's actually gone off of this shed now. It's going down. If you look towards this greenhouse here, the sun has actually gone down behind that bungalow over the way. So it's starting to cool and we're getting a bit of shadow now. But during the day, these guys were getting quite a lot of sunlight through the plastic sheet. And they were all actually leaning towards that window. And I've turned them around. I tend to do that every few days. I give them a little twist on the shelf so that they keep a sort of upright sort of state of affair rather than leaning over and angling themselves towards the light. And if we drop down below, you can see I've got my 5 tomato plants on the floor, and these are doing fine. These are my Elsa Craig tomatoes, and if we just come in close, I'm not sure if you can see, guys, but just in the top of this one, I'll try and point them out to you. Just at the bottom of this leaf, there's a little stem there that's got little flower heads on. You can just make them out there. Now these little flower heads are actually what will become the tomatoes. Now you have to be cautious if you're going to be pricking out, or sorry, not pricking out, pinching out side shoots. If you go too high and you're a little bit premature, there's a danger that you can pull those off. So I only stick to the bottom branches when I'm pinching out the side shoots, and make sure that I don't actually remove the little flower hands that are formed on which the fruits develop. I'm just looking back over the back there, actually in here. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but there's another one there. Now that has got 4 or 5 heads on, and they will form tomatoes. So I'm quite pleased. In fact, I'm looking at the other plants and they all seem to have the little hands of fruit forming, so that's really, really good news. So another success. I'm not sure how they're going to fare in here. They're not in full sunlight, it's getting a bit warmer. This shed used to be quite cool, and I do have my old max min thermometer on the wall. I'm just looking up here now, and it's actually dropped down since I was working in here. I've got the door open, I've had no boards or plastic on. It's dropped down to about 18 degrees here. If I just press the button and bring the setter back, it's got an indicator because it's a maximum with mercury. So as the mercury rises, it pushes this little indicator up the tube, and when the mercury falls back down, the indicator stays in place, so you know how warm it's gotten during the day. And equally on the reverse side, it works in the opposite direction, so that the mercury, as it gets colder, this is coming down, it pushes this side up, and the figures go in the opposite direction, and your little marker gets left at the coldest point. And then during the day it goes back the other way, so you can actually see with these little markers what the heat has been and how cold it's gotten. So it works fairly well. It's not as accurate as my digital one, which is why I bought the digital one to put in the other greenhouse, but this little chap works okay, and I've got it sitting in here. It gives me a rough idea of how things have been over the last 24 hours or even longer. So we got that in here just to keep an eye on things, but at this time of year, it is June, I shouldn't have to worry too much. What I was going to say was that the temperature in here this afternoon was up to 25, which is lovely and warm for my tomatoes and my chilies. So if you've got any comments, guys, if you have any advice or guidance on what I'm doing with these, I just needed some more space to put my plants. This shed was about to be dismantled. I decided to keep it, convert it into this little sort of wooden greenhouse affair, and suddenly I've got a bit of space now to put these plants. So it's working okay for me. I don't intend to keep this forever. I'll see how long it lasts for. My intention is to put a bigger greenhouse in this spot, or indeed somewhere else on the plot if I rearrange. So we'll see how things go. Well, that's my day over. I need to get myself clean. I'm tired and I'm hungry, so I'm going to pop indoors and get myself sorted. Thanks for coming in this afternoon, guys. It's been lovely seeing you again. Whatever you're doing, be safe, be happy, and we'll see you again soon on the Life's Good. Bye bye now.